What's going on, everybody? I'm here at the SOEC with a couple of guys you've probably seen around if you've been to a Penticton Bees game in the past few years. The boys from VeesMemes here. I'll let them introduce themselves and a little bit about what they do.
My name's Joe. I'm admin 1, and I don't know, I like heckling hockey players.
My name's Liam. I'm admin 3. I do a lot of the live streams that a lot of people join in, and I really enjoy making content and being loud and rowdy in the SOEC here.
My name's Connor. I'm admin 4. I like doing a bit more of the behind the scenes stuff, and I like chirping the mascots.
Now you've probably met the fellas. Obviously, boys, pretty big game for the Bees tonight against Albany Valley, if my memory serves me correctly. The Bulldogs, I believe.
Yep.
The Bees and the Bulldogs for Saturday night clash. What, in your guys' experience, has matchups like that been with the Bees? Obviously, there's some teams it's a little bit more of a rivalry. Is this kind of in that category for the Bees, you think, in your experience, or no?
We have a pretty big rivalry with Albany Valley from a couple seasons ago during the Nadeau era and the Suniev era, and it was a pretty rowdy series there, even though it was a sweep. We had Joe Martin, their head coach, kind of do some shenanigans in our arena, which was quite funny. So there's always kind of a bit of a standing thing that goes on whenever he comes back. We always kind of heckle him, and it's a lot of fun, and it's not very often that Alberni gets to come down, but when they come down, it's for sure it's a big rivalry. It's a huge rivalry.
That makes sense. Diving into a little bit more of the business side of things, I guess, with you guys, what kind of made you guys start VeesMemes? How did it come about? Were you just kind of all hanging out one day and you're like, yeah, let's make a memes page, or did it kind of come about more naturally? Maybe you two could kind of take us through your thought process.
Yeah, it originally started with myself and admin 2, Ben, who's not here. Him and I went to a lot of Bees games, especially after COVID. We started going to a lot more, and we had fun chirping the players and heckling them. And we thought, hey, let's do it on the internet. Let's try and get some people joining in on us. So it's been fun. I never thought we'd get this far to where we are already. But yeah, it just started pretty much as a stupid joke, pretty much. I don't know if you guys.
I joined in a bit later, same with Connor here, and I have a bit of a background in social media and online business, so I've, since joining these Ben and Joe and becoming admin 3, I've really focused on that a lot. I'm really big on working with the community and working with kids and making sure they have a great time as well at the arena. I think that's really important, and we love having fun, high-fiving the little kids as they're really hyped up, and that's how it used to be for me when I used to come here, and before, when this arena wasn't here. I used to go to these games when I was 5 years old at the old arena in Memorial, and we're just so lucky to have a building here that's incredible and amazing.
That's fair, yeah. And Connor, did you just kind of join a little bit later as well? I'm guessing you kind of all just joined at separate times and just kind of.
I think they joined together.
We joined around the same time.
I think after the first
gotcha.
season.
So you mentioned, Connor, in your introduction that you're a little bit more behind the scenes. Maybe what exactly does that entail for you?
Well, I've been trying to figure out, ways to contribute when I'm not always here, because my other job that I've been doing that actually makes money, it's kind of kept me away from the game a bit, which unfortunately it kind of sucks, but you gotta pay the bills. Yeah. So with the move that we're doing next year, I think a lot of opportunities are going to be opened up to the 3 of us. Well, 4, I should say, 2. Hot dog.
Shout out hot dog.
Shout out hot dog, for real.
So one thing I've been wanting to get into is sports analytics, tracking stats, kind of keeping up to date with what's happening to everybody, and kind of going around from there. Also, kind of, I think, tech side. I know that we've got a lot of big projects coming, so hopefully, bring up some technology, kind of set up the boys for success.
That's fair. Yeah, you mentioned a quote-unquote big move coming for Penticton. That's some pretty big news recently if you've been paying attention to the sports world in the Okanagan. I think obviously with said move in mind, I think there's not really a place in the BCHL that's better equipped for a business move like that, perhaps in the SOEC. I mean, the whole point of why this building was built is to be like a hub for bigger scale events and things like that. If you guys had to choose like a favorite team to create memes of or like heckle when they come into the SOEC, what is it?
It used to be Merit. That was always kind of one of the big jokes at the start. Was Merit. We always beat them pretty good. But recently, this past season, it's been the good old Brooks Bandits, and we'll let Liam expand on that. I know he's dying to talk about them.
Shout out Ethan Byer, you're a bum, and you suck at hockey. Yeah, I mean we miss we miss Merritt a lot. They're a lot of fun, and you know we had a couple buddies that played on that team last year, and you know shout out Andrew Ballantyne, he's doing great there in Salmon Arm. So we also like making a lot of memes about Salmon Arm because obviously you know our buddy Andrew's playing there, he's doing really well this year. But with Brooks, it's a huge rivalry that you know people were waiting for years to happen, and to see it happen is really fun. And you know the series has been really equal. You know they got the first couple wins, and now we've got the last couple wins. And you know they came into the SOEC last time, and we really rattled them. And that was a lot of fun to see. And we brought a lot of funny posters, and you know we were just trying to get in their head, and it worked. And you know everybody on the page, all our followers have been you know they've been loving it whenever we make fun of Brooks. You know no matter you're in BC out on the coast or you're at the edge of Alberta, you know people love it when you rip on the Brooks Bandits, so it's a lot of fun.
That's fair, yeah. I feel like with Brooks, when they joined the BCHL from the AJ, I believe it was, they kind of had a big target on their back. They were tearing it up there. So I think they're probably a team that I'd imagine a lot of the teams in the BCHL looked at as like, okay, this is the guys we got to lay a beating on.
Yeah.
A couple more questions for you fellas. What is kind of, I guess you kind of took us through like the origin of these memes already, but maybe like what's been your favorite moment as a result of being involved with these memes? Has it been like the Young Stars tournament or just like these home games, or kind of take us through that maybe a little bit?
I think it's been mainly just getting the fans going in our section 111. We got a lot of good chants going, mainly about the goalies or any players that we're targeting. But yeah, just getting the crowd involved and getting them to heckle and join in on all these chants we do has been really fun.
Yeah, you know, again, it's this community here in Penticton. It's an incredible hockey community. They're really deserving of what's coming here. We're kind of in this leeway zone where we're not allowed to talk very much about what's going on, but hopefully in the next week or so, you know, we're able to kind of open up a bit more. But we're very excited for this town. The people here in Penticton have been awesome to us. They're really welcoming, and you know, sometimes it's hard to embrace really loud, rowdy young people that kind of take over the barn. And you know, the people and the fans here in Penticton have been great at that. And you know, it's something that as a kid, you know, I dreamed about these moves now that you know they're making, and we're really fortunate here in Penticton to have a great ownership group. You know, the Graham Fraser's been incredible owner so far in the BCHL, and we're excited for what the future holds for us and for the team and for the city, because they deserve it. And I think next year we're gonna have a lot of fun, everybody. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Connor?
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me it's got to be the boys. You know, getting to know a lot of the guys that we do, especially around the league, not just you know here in our barn, has been amazing. You know, we've met some really cool individuals, and I think it's had a pretty good impact on us.
Totally.
You know, I think it's changed the way that at least I have looked at the game, and you know, just kind of how I approach my love for it.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like you guys probably kind of look at it more from like a business standpoint now, and as well as like a fan standpoint, so it kind of adds a little bit of a different perspective.
A blend.
Yeah.
One more question for you fellas. What is a fun fact about each of you that not a lot of people would know?
I play drums, I guess. I've played since I was like 5 years old. I'm not very good at it, but you know. Oh well.
I worked in cybersecurity online and worked in software development since I was 15 years old till I was around 19 years old. So that was a lot of fun, and it taught me a lot about social media and online presence and how to grow your brand. And you know, I used everything that I was really fortunate at a young age to learn to try and grow our brand and try and expand on things. And you know, we just we're really fortunate for kind of how we've grown in the last 2 years here, and I'm really glad to be a part of it.
I cook.
Yeah, he cooks.
Well, thank you
Yes,
guys
sure.
very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Hopefully
Casey.
you guys enjoy the
Appreciate
game tonight.
Yeah.
Go Bees.
Go Vees.